Hi everybody, welcome to our channel. This video is a little bit different. It's just me, not without Lindsay. I wanted to go through my WIPs with you. It's right before Maynia, and when Lindsay and I decided to come back this year after taking a year off, we decided to just jump in where we were at and just go with it. And so I have a lot more WIPs than Lindsay does, surprise. And so I just kind of wanted to go through my WIPs anyways. A lot of them I haven't touched in over a year as well. Not a lot. There's a handful of them I haven't even touched, probably since the last time, like 2016 or or 17. No, not 2016. I've touched all those, but probably since 2017 or 2018, there are a few that I have not touched at all, and I kind of wanted to look at them and share them with you. I kind of before I show you all my WIPs, I want to talk a little bit about my organization. So here's a picture of my cart. I have the IKEA cart. I put the needle minders that aren't in use on the side. As you can see at the bottom, I have a scroll frame that's not not in use at the moment. It will be in for Maynia for sure. And then I have like my bigger project bags on the very bottom, my more medium-sized project bags in this middle, and then on top I keep some charts that won't fit in the project bag, or whatever I have on a Q-snap at the time. I have my cone of black. I'm looking over at it because that's where it's at. I'm like, what else do I have up there? And I just have a bunch of random stuff up there, and like some random flosses every here and there, and where I keep my needles and stuff like that. So that's kind of my organization. With two little kids, it's really hard to get a good amount of stitching time in. So in order to optimize some of that stitching time, I need to be organized so that I can just go grab what I want to work on and get at it instead of looking everywhere for it. Some other ways that I'm organized is I use the Cross Stitch app, or the X Stitch app, on my iPhone. I'm just going to pull it up. This is what it looks like. That was Marshall with his stocking, his very first year. And as you can see, I have 114 journal entries, and that's, let's see. Started is true starts, so I have 32 starts. Kitted, those aren't quite up to date yet, and my wish list isn't quite up to date. So wish list isn't truly a wish list. It's patterns I have, but I haven't kitted them. And then kitted are actual, like I'm ready to grab it and I'm gonna kit it. And then when I go to my started, I have my pictures in there, and then I also have, I don't know, like, so under Autumn Quaker, it says purple bag. So I wrote in an area that will show right away. So if I'm grabbing a new WIP, I don't have to go through all my bags, like, where is it at? I just look on my X Stitch app and I'm like, oh, it's in the purple bag. Okay. And I grab my purple bag and that's where it's at. So that's one way, that's one of the ways I stay organized. This is way too type A for Lindsay, which is probably a good thing I'm going solo right now because she would be rolling her eyes at me. But you know who gave this to me? Lindsay. So this is my journal. Lindsay gave this to me while I was on maternity leave with Cora, and I started journaling my stitching stuff. So last year, I journaled, like, here's an example. I journaled what I did during, wrong way. I just journaled what I did for Magical Stitches group when we were going through the Harry Potter books. And I was really good at staying on top of reading and extra credits. And so I'd put those in there and I journal them. And then this year, since everybody was doing those journal at the beginning of the year or at the end of 2019, everybody was doing different journal, stitchy journal, whatever, videos. I was like, oh, I could totally amp this up a little bit. So at the beginning of each year, I go through a brainstorming. Let me go through my very first one. I go through a brainstorming phase, like not the beginning of the year. I would say at the end of the year. So this was 2018 going into 2019. It's just me brainstorming. My son decided to color the other day in my journal. So most of my pages have scribbles on it now, but that's okay. And so that was 2018. I did this probably in December, and I just like wrote down the ideas that I had on how I wanted to do things. And then in 2019, let's see, I went too far. I kind of did the same thing. It's a little bit more streamlined. I went way too far. There we go. Close. I'm getting there. Sorry. Okay, so then my brainstorming session actually, well, it probably was 2 pages, but I tore something out. So I basically, that's my brainstorming session for this past year. And I was just trying to think of different ways to go through rotation. I listed off all the things I wanted to start, if they were kitted, where they were at, if they were ready to be started. I tried to keep it under 12, and I did. It looks like I only had 10 there, which is good because I've already started 2 things I had no plans of starting before. Although looking at that, I'm like, I don't know. There's probably 2 on there that I don't want to start now in my current state. I might later, but right now I'm like, no. And then I went ahead and made a master list, which is this. So these are all my WIPs in order of when they were started. So Adrift is my oldest. And then off to the side, there was one day I was like, man, one of my goals is to make sure I touch all my WIPs this year. And so I was like, am I going to touch all my WIPs? I wasn't even sure. And so I went through, I was like, okay, all my WIP goes have a W next to it. And if it's not a WIP go, if it's a Maynia, I put May on it. And then I only had one in one. And I was like, out of all of my, and it goes on to the next page too, my Mill Hill drum, which was sitting at Lindsay's house. So I made her bring it over here. And I put it in my car. I was thinking, okay, I can stitch on this whenever I'm sitting in curbside or something like that. It's in Mill Hill. I just need a couple stitches in it to say that I've touched all my WIPs. Yeah, I put it in my car right before spring break. And I haven't been really going anywhere in my car because it's 2020. So then I put on the next page new starts and my Maynia list just to keep that up. And then I stole this idea from Sammy J. I love this. This is how I know when we're talking about WIP goes. I'm like, there's no way I'm going to meet this goal because I'm averaging. I check out my averages. I'm averaging about 200 stitches a night. Some nights I get more, some nights I don't. It's just whatever. But I'm averaging about 200, and so with that average, no, not going to happen. Okay, and then I also like reading, so I started my reading journal as well to help me stay on track with. It's my year clients reading journal. Help me stay on track with magical stitches and any other thing I read with. So that's kind of how I do that. And then when I go to the month, so how do I, it's February. Let's go to March. No, go to April. Okay, again, my son colored over everything. But this is what I do each night. I just write in real quick what I have, and then at the end of the month I go over to the other tracker and I put those numbers in and average them out. So at the beginning of the month I just do that, and then a finished month, should go back and look. Here we go. So this was March's. I went and counted out how many stitches I did for each of my WIPs, and I marked on my master list I've touched these WIPs, so I've worked on these WIPs. Okay, so that's how that goes. I'm going to keep my master list open so I can tell you when I started them. Okay. So I was going to try to go in order of when I started it, and that's just chaos. That would be chaos with my organization system, so I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to start with everything that's on the scroll frames, which I can kind of go in order then. So as you guys know, this is my oldest WIP, Adrift by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's a Selena Fennick. Artwork. This was started May 26, 2015. So this is my oldest WIP. It's 2015. And yeah, we've talked extensively about that, guy, so I'm not going to keep talking about that. And then my next oldest is my Zelda. I just call it Zelda. I don't even remember what it's called, but I got this off of Sprite Stitch. I started this July 23rd, 2015. My WIP goal for this is to complete the first page, which is right around here, this corner right here. So I'm over halfway with my WIP goal. Hopefully I can get that goal in. I gotta spend some time on it. All these ones on the scroll frames you guys have seen recently because they're my most active WIPs right now. This is my 12 Days of Christmas. 12 Days of Christmas was started November 25th, 2016. So it's still pretty old. Yeah, November 25th. That means I started this during Thanksgiving break, Thanksgiving break, and yeah. So I don't have a lot to say about it because you guys have been listening to me ramble about it for a while now. I'm enjoying it. It's a goal to finish by the end of the year. This is actually one of my newest WIPs. This was started April 1st, 2019. This is Santa's Flight by Dimensions. It is a stocking. This is the last stocking for my family. It's for me. Everybody else, like you saw my son's on my journal, that was my first one that I made. My daughter and my husband both have one as well. So my stocking should be ready to go this year. You noticed how I said this was going to be my focus piece for the week? It's Saturday. I told you that on Wednesday. I've been focusing on something else that you'll see soon. And then this is my absolute newest WIP. And I started this year. I started this April 8th. Whoa, hello. April 8th, Huckleberry Farm. April 8th, 2020. And that's where I'm at on that. I'm actually going to park my threads now. I'm parking them if they're going into a different page because I'm going to work my way up. So I'm going to park them for the sides. And yeah, Huckleberry Farm 2020. April 8th, 2020. Okay, so now on to the project bags. If I know where they came from, I'll tell you where they came from. Most of them I know. So this one, Lindsay and I spent a couple of days years ago just making project bags. So this is one of my earliest project bags that I made. And let's see what's in it. I think I know what's in this one. This is one of those ones I haven't touched. Oh, I have a couple in here. Okay. So sorry about that. Sometimes I have like bags within bags. So I have, I'll roll out the picture. This is Autumn. The Autumn Sampler by Janlin Needlecrafts. It's the, I don't remember, Cooler Design Studio by Autumn Sampler. So I got the kit on this one. I have two that I got a kit, and the other two I'm probably going to have to purchase just the PDFs. And so this is how far I've gotten. Not very. This is a Maynia start. I started this guy. Let me pull it up so you can see him. See her. So that's what I've gotten started. I think the only time I've ever pulled this out is during Maynia. This is definitely a Maynia start in 2017, May 14th, 2017. So that's Autumn Sampler. I think I need to make these guys a focus piece in the near future, probably 2021. I don't know. We'll see. Because I have two of them on the go, and I know they're pretty intense. And so I really would like to focus in on them, especially since I barely touched them, and I started them 3 years ago. You guys just saw this other one. This is Here Lies My Needles from Shakespeare Peddler. And let me just pull it out again so you guys can see where I'm at. I just put this guy away. So that's where I'm at. That is a WIP Go project, and I did a lot of work on it this past earlier in the month. So that's where I'm at for Here Lies My Needles. I'll put it back. I'm putting it back as I go because too much. It would be too much if I didn't. So, all right, this next bag that's coming up is next bag is my memorabilia bag. I made this bag myself. It's elongated. It's long and kind of thin. I made it though the same time I made that other bag. And these are my maidens. I don't even have the pictures in the thing. So my maidens of the seasons, both sets. See, there's the other picture. It's in here somewhere. All right, so this is holding 4 WIPs, basically. There's the other two. So I have seen these stitched up all together on one piece before, and they're really pretty. I'm happy that I'm doing them all individually. And so this year, these are all Maynia starts. Maiden Spring is my oldest of them. So I can go that way. Oops, some whisper. Got lots of whisper for these guys. What did I say? I said winter? No, spring. No, that's summer. This is spring. Okay. I'm like, which one's which? So Maiden Spring is a WIP Go and a Maynia piece. So that's where I'm at. My WIP Go goal is to finish the entire skirt. So that's, so you can see how much I've actually done. Okay. So that's how far I've gotten on that one. And then we've got, so spring was started. I'm pretty sure summer was next. Maiden Summer was also May 2016. So these were the first year that I did Maynia, and this is summer. And I decided to do the skin 1/1. It's summer. She has a lot of skin. I don't know what I was thinking. That's okay. I've done a mermaid 1/1, so we're all right. We can do it. And then the following year is when I started the other two. I started Autumn in May, as well as Maynia 2017. This one you guys have seen. This was, I think all of these guys made it as a WIP Go goal as well. So, Winter didn't. No, Winter did. They're all WIP Goes as well. So, boy. So much fabric, guys. So much fabric. All of these pieces are done on a Picture of This Plus fabric. So they're all hand-dyed fabrics. 28 count. That's my Autumn. This one definitely has the most done because I'm very focused this year on working on these guys. So not very. I'm pretty focused. My very focused are my Christmas pieces, which... And then this is Winter. I just barely got started on Winter. So Winter was really hard to kit up. It calls for these flosses that are no longer made. So I had to go find a conversion that was equivalent. And so there's many, and then I had to go find them all because I didn't even have any of those. But that's Winter. Maiden's Winter. So all four of those guys are on different fabrics that are kind of tonal with the season. I was planned that way. I purchased all the fabrics at the same time, thinking about how I would want those to look together. They wouldn't be hung up. They wouldn't be together, but they'll be hung in the same place for each season. So those are my maidens. My Mirabilia maidens. Okay, this bag, I love this bag. It is huge. This is my biggest bag by far. Sherry made this bag for me on our very first retreat that we ever went to. So there's a group of us from San Antonio when we first got together. We were sitting in the shop and they were like, oh, are you guys going to go to the retreat? They just opened up because usually within 12 hours they're booked and you can't get in. And we were all there and we're like, let's do it. And so we all signed up for this retreat. It was so much fun. It was Sherry for YouTubers. So we did a group of YouTubers, Flosstubers who were in the area. So at the time, so Sherry, Lucretia, Courtney, Courtney ERC, I think is what her thing is, and then me and Lindsay. And then, of course, some other local stitchers who were nearby. So in my big purple bag, I actually have multiple projects. This is a heavy bag, so this one's going to take a little bit. I remember working on this at that retreat even. This is Pandora's Box. Let me find the front. Was this the front? Yeah. This is Pandora's Box by Liz Almond Blackwork Journey, the same person who makes, never mind, I can't remember what it's called, but this is Pandora's Box. I love it. I love the way it looks. I don't know why I don't stitch on it as much as I love it. I know it's a fan favorite. Every time I put it up on Facebook, people want me to stitch on this. So it's really pretty. I changed up the colors to be purple and gold. So that's Pandora's Box. Sorry about the control. The next piece that I have in here, oh, Pandora's Box is an old one. Yeah, I started that one in May 2016. So 2016. And then this is one of my BAPs. So I consider 4. Yeah. So Adrift is a BAP, big ass project, a very large project. So Adrift, Night Cafe, Zelda, and the One True, which you guys will see in a few minutes. So, well, you'll see in a little bit when I get to it. So this is Night Cafe. This is a Heaven and Earth design. This one is for me. So I'm making one for Lindsay. It's the only Heaven and Earth design I'm making for anybody other than myself. So this one's for me because they take a long time. And that's where I'm at. Dang, I thought I had that page finished. Oh well, I didn't. It's a WIP Go piece as well. So my goal is to have another page finished. So I'm going to have to finish that page and another page. Night Cafe, I'm looking for it. Where did I start it? Oh, Night Cafe 2016. I'm almost going in order. August 2016. I don't even know why I started this in August. That's a very odd month for me to start something because that's back to school time and I'm usually really busy and life is really crazy. So I don't know why I would start a Heaven and Earth then. But I did. So this piece I need to get into Pattern Keeper because it's not a Maynia piece, but when I do pull it out, I want it to be ready to go. I don't have to sit there and figure out what I have and haven't done. All right. That's a regular size Heidi as well. And then, oh, I love this piece. This piece will need to be finished this year. I think I've shown it this year already on our video. Utah sampler. I went with my in-laws to Utah. I did show it because we talked about my dad. And I finished the bottom half. And the goal for the year is to finish the whole piece. So that is Utah sampler. It's by Shepherd's Bush. No, yes. It's designed by Terry Richards. I'm pretty sure it's a Shepherd Bush. It's Shepherd's Bush. I'm pretty sure it is. I got it at Shepherd's Bush. When we were in Utah, I purchased this in Utah. I started this in 2018. No, 2017. I took it I started in the summer, August 2nd. So right before I went back to work. I started it when I was in Utah. We did a family trip with my in-laws and stopped at that shop while we were there. Okay. The next piece in here is Halloween Moon. I got this. I did an exchange. Hold on, I have to change. I don't think I've worked on this year. Halloween Moon. I got this. It's by Stony Creek. I got this pattern in an exchange. It was a Halloween Smalls exchange, and somebody put some other goodies in there along with a pattern, which was very nice of them. I don't know who it was from because it was a mystery person. I don't remember. Even if I did remember, I don't actually know the person. So I've quite a bit done. I got the Halloween and the cat. And this was the reason why I bought that cone of black. This is for this piece. I was like, and I knew that I wanted to start Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. So between the two, I figured I can justify a cone of black. That's where I'm at. This goal is to finish. This is a WIP Go. My goal for this year is to just finish the tree. So I'm on the cat, and I want to come over to the tree and just get the whole tree, get the whole tree in. So, the moon is in a cryneck, a glow-in-the-dark cryneck. So that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun to do. And then, Halloween Moon, when did I start that? I started that in 2018. So this is actually a Maynia start, Maynia 2018. So I'll be starting that up. What is this piece? Oh, you guys have seen this. This was my New Year, New Start for 2020. And it is Autumn Quaker. I need to cut the fabric. Oh, I need to cut the fabric because I want to use that fabric for something else really bad. So there's my Autumn Quaker piece. I love it, by Rosewood Manor. And that was this year's start. And then you guys. These are apparently my Halloween pieces are in here. This is Foxglove Loves Halloween by Gecko Rouge, their mystery Halloween sal. That's where I left off. I have already worked on this piece. The goal was 2 blocks. I don't think I'm going to make that one. So, and then, I started the sal. I'm forgetting when to tell you guys. I started the Gecko Rouge sal in 2017. So, yeah, that one sat for at least a year, if not longer. All right, my next one, I started this past November. This was my birthday start, which was Halloween at Hopper and Hollow. And this is where I'm at. I think I've shown this one recently as well. I know I have. My goal is 2 blocks, and I have half a block. So I have some work on that one, but it hasn't been called on WIP Go yet, so that's okay. I might get a good amount in still. So we'll see how that one goes when I get closer, when it gets called. All right. I think that's all the WIPs in this bag. I told you there was a lot in this bag. Yeah. So let me clean this bag up before I open the next one. Okay, this bag, I made this bag as well. Little pea pods and butterflies, some Walmart fabric for the win. And actually, there's no WIP in this one. This is stuff I have kitted up and saved. I guess I'll just show you. I'm planning on doing the Christmas Village eventually. Twinkle. So I have 3. I haven't decided if I want to do 4 or 8 of them. I own 3 of them right now. And since I got the fabric from Lindsay, I've already put it in here. She gave me this nice huge piece that she originally was going to do a Heaven and Earth on. It's an opalescent, it's right here, Crystal Twilight by Picture This Plus, 28 count Lugana. So it's a big piece. It's 36 by 54, so a yard. It's a really big piece. That was payment for something I did for her. Instead of money, she pays me with fabric. And I'm okay with that. All right. My next one. Oh, I love this one. There's not enough time in the day, guys. Just not enough time in the day. So this one I made very specifically for this project. I'm very proud of this bag. I actually have a story for this bag. I took, when I was in college, my uncle took me to Japan and Thailand and Cambodia. And while I was there, I bought a kimono. Is that what they're called? Yeah. I bought something that I never wore. It sat in my closet, and I got really tired of it just sitting in my closet. So I went ahead and made my project bag with it because this piece is my chatelaine. Let me find the picture because this is definitely the pattern on the outside. This is my chatelaine. I started this in 2018. Yes, this is Japanese Garden. I started this on my anniversary with my husband. So 6/30/2018. And it's Japanese Garden by Chatelaine. And me pulling this out is going to mess up my entire system in this bag, but that's okay. I'll figure it out later. And I'm doing the DMCs, but I have all the other specialty threads. So I did the European cross stitch to kit it up and everything. My husband finally said, yeah, go ahead and do it. And all the little beads with it and everything. So, and I made this bag specifically for that. And then I have the swans, the little pretty swans on the inside. Here it is. I love this piece so much. I have not worked on it this year. It is a WIP Go piece. It is not a Maynia piece though. So let's see. I'm folding it because there's a lot of fabric. A lot of fabric. And I haven't stitched that much on it. So there's where I'm at. I'm still working in the center. I'm almost done with the Tory, and then I have the background, and then it keeps growing. My WIP Go goal for this is to complete the entire inside square, which is very possible. It's very doable. So I think it is. I usually pull this out in the summer. Usually around my anniversary, I pull this out and keep it out for a good month or so. I love it. It's so pretty. So, all the pretties go with this one. Go with this piece. I was very proud of this. I think this was the last project bag I made personally. And this is when people told me a few friends said, you really need to just start making your own bags, or making bags and selling them. I don't think I have the time for that yet in my life, not with my little ones. So that's my chatelaine. We made a mess. Let's see if I can get it in. I made it just right for the pattern to fit, barely. All right. My last large bag that stays on the bottom and then will be on the middle shelf. Oh, hair is in my face. Okay. I got this bag at the Mirabilia Minions Retreat in 2018, May of 2018. I got it in part of the exchange that they do. And this held my Maynia projects in 2018. Yeah, basically it was like, you guys aren't a priority right now, so you're going to go in this bag. This is the not a priority to stitch bag at the time. Now that's a new story because it's been a couple years. So let's see, where's the front? There's not a lot on this one. This is a Maynia start. I started this is Hardanger Fancies, May 10th, 2018. So this is the fabric. It's not a lot, and that's all I've done. That's it. There'll be 3 ornaments. Let me find the picture. If I can find it. It was a kit. Came all kitted up and everything for me. And, oh, here it is. And this is my first attempt at Hardanger. So I'm going to have to get brave. My WIP goal is to finish. So this is Hardanger Fancies. 3 holiday ornaments by Moss Creek Designs. So, barely started. One night, literally one night of work. So, and it was probably a weeknight because that's not a whole lot. That's okay. It might be like points at a sampler. I finally get it out and work on it, and all of a sudden it's almost finished. Okay, this was my Maynia last year. 2016, 2017, and 2018, I did the Blimey Cat method where I would start if I had finished one. 2019, I was in a place that I couldn't even make videos in 2019, let alone do Maynia. So I went ahead and did Monogamania in 2019, and I started this May 1st. This is the One True by Heaven and Earth. This is a mini, so it's not nearly as large. In fact, I've marked where it's going to be. I've marked where the pattern ends, basically. When I did the gridding. So I'm doing the diagonal method with this, and it's 1/1 on a Monaco. The 28 count Monaco is very tight. It's a very tight weave. It's going to be beautiful. In fact, I started with by 10 by 10s, and then I was like, okay, this has to go a little bit faster. So then I went to 20 lines of 20. I do need to put this in my pattern keeper as well. So this is my last, I think you've seen all my BAPs now. So this is BAP number 4, because eventually my goal is to have my 4 BAPs and then just my Maynia pieces, and that's it for WIPs. And all my other pieces kind of not there anymore, or have been completed, and I don't really start outside of that. And then I have in here, what else do I have in here? Another chatelaine. So this one's not as intimidating. Well, it's not as big, and it's pretty easy. So these are the mini mandala gardens. This is a WIP go. My goal is to finish. Which one did I start? The middle one. So I started the middle one. My goal is to finish the middle one. And I started this Many Mandalas was May 2018. So this was a Maynia start, so this will be coming out this year as well during Maynia, but it's also a WIP Go piece, so hopefully it'll come out twice. WIP Go in May is going to be interesting. I haven't thought about that. So this is where I'm at. Oh, this is the top. I marked my thing. So I decided to put all three of these mandalas on the same piece of fabric. They're going to just go side by side. And yeah. So I have one long piece of fabric, and these are going side by side. So I've got the little center almost done. It stitches up pretty fast when I focus in on it. And if it's one of my smaller scroll rod, really well. So when I decide to work on it, it goes quick. So yeah, that's my other chatelaine. The goal was to do this one first to see if I really liked chatelaines, but then my husband was like, go ahead and get the other one up. And I said, okay. And then I actually started it way before I started this one, like a year before I started this one. So, no, not a year. I lied. They were started within a month of each other. I'm off. I'm off by a little bit. Okay, now we're in the middle section. This bag Lindsay got for me when we were at that same retreat. She saw it with one of the vendors and said, that's Heidi. And she's got it right. It has my autumn colors, big flowers. I love it. It's a beautiful bag. I normally keep Butterfly Bliss in there, but Butterfly Bliss is out right now on the Q-Snap. And then I think I just have a kitted project that is up for starting. Yeah, I have the fabrics and the flosses and the kits, and I even went and got all the weeks and classics and everything. So I got all the fancy flosses for this one. It is, wait, hold on. I dropped it. It's completely kitted up and ready to go. I'm just not in the mood of starting it yet. It may or may not be a Maynia start. Haven't decided. It is Wherefore Art Thou? The Mirabilia's Mystery Sal. It's basically Juliet looking over everything. So, but I love this bag. It's a beautiful bag. Next up, I went to a bag party, actually. This is 31. They just have bag parties, and so I purchased it. I was like, oh, that's a good size for a project bag, so I went and bought it. A coworker invited me to one of her parties, her in-home parties, and I said, sure, why not? I have a few things in here, I think. I have a bunch of mill holes that I've already stitched. That's what I'm going through. So I've already stitched these. They are actually in my thing. I don't know what I'm doing with them. I haven't done anything with them. What do you guys do with these? What do you do when you're done with a mill hole kit? Because I made the little floss cards and have extra flosses in them. I don't know. I have another kit in here that our friend made that I'm really feeling like starting really soon. And then, I got all kinds of stuff in here. Oh, Box of Delights. I'm like, where's my actual WIP in here? You guys saw this at the beginning of the year. It is a Maynia start. I've started Box of Delights. This one's an old one. 2016, Maynia 2016. So it's actually going to get more work than what I had thought I was going to put into it. Because I was like, yep, done with this for the year. No, I'm not, because it's going to come out for Maynia. So Box of Delights is in here with some other random stuff. I don't know. All right, next one. I bought this bag. I got started on Etsy. I bought this bag on Etsy. I was using it originally for the, I just remembered. I bought it specifically for the Advent Animals by Brooks Books. I kept it in there, but that project's finished. It's in the works of being FFO'd. So now I keep another mirror in here. Aphrodite Mermaid is in here. So along with her beads and specialty threads. Whoop. Oh, I had, okay, I'll just do this. So you guys have seen her fairly recently. I'm using that felt when I put it, I was like, what are we doing with this felt? I'm using that felt when I put it on the scroll frames because I've started beading, so because the top is done. Her top is finished for the most part, and I'm just now need to work on the bottom. You know, all those stitches. The hard part's done though, right? The skin's done, and the top of her beads are done. I'm sinking in my couch. I should probably sit up some more. Okay, so Aphrodite Mermaid was not a Maynia start. Aphrodite Mermaid, I started her at the Flosstube retreat that was in Austin, Texas in 2017, October 2017. So I started her there. I bought this bag at the same time as the last bag from an Etsy seller. I don't remember because it was back in 2015 when I purchased it. And then this is, I don't even know what this is. Like, I don't even recognize what I would have put on here. Let's find out together. Oh, okay. I know what it is. Like, what is this? It's a huge piece of fabric is what this is. This is ink circles. The map. I just rolled the leaf border and am forever stuck on the leaf border. Yeah. So I have a lot of work to do on this one still. This will be my eye for Alphabet Soup and Stitch Mania. So that's where that's at. This is a huge piece of fabric. I'm probably not going to go that big. I'm probably going to cut that one short because I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. Originally, I was like, yeah, I'm doing the whole thing, the whole size. I'm probably going to cut it short. And she said you could, and it was in the instructions. The designer totally gave you permission to make it smaller if you'd like. And I think I would like to make it smaller. WIP Go, it is a WIP Go. It was not a Maynia. I started it in 2019. That's probably why I don't recognize it. It's less than a year old. I started in June 2019 when it first came out. And what else do I want to say about that one? I don't know. It is a WIP Go piece. The WIP Go goal is to finish the border. So if I cut it short, it'll get done faster, right? All right, the next bag, I made these with the other, like, when we did a bunch of bags together, when Lindsay and I did a bunch of bags together. This is my other sampler from Janlin, our Cooler Studios. I have Summer. So, Summer from Janlin Studios. This guy, Summer. I started Summer in 2017. It is a Maynia piece. I think Summer has less done than Autumn. They're beautiful. They're Monaco. I did Monaco fabrics, 28 count Monaco, and it's upside down. You know it's been a while when I don't have a needle minder attached to them. If I don't have a needle minder attached, you know it hasn't seen the light of day in a while. I probably haven't touched this since 2018's Maynia, to be perfectly honest. So, because 2019 I didn't touch any of my Maynia pieces. Yeah. So I have a lot of work to do on that one still as well. I would someday like all of those done. I think I've decided I want my maidens, my seasons, my Mirabilia maidens to be done first, and then I'll move on to these guys. Next one, this project bag I made to FFO a little, that's a chatelaine freebie egg. It has the beads. Can you see the sparkle? There's a lot of sparkle and bling in that little Easter egg. So I made the bag to go with the piece. And then, what did I make? What do I have in here? Oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. This one's a good piece. But as you'll notice, there's no, so this is not in color, sorry. It's Precious Turquoise. I got it off, by Stitchery. Precious Turquoise. And it does have a needle minder. It's okay then. I think I was working on it at the end of last year. Precious Turquoise. When did I start you? This is an old one. Yeah, May 2016. So this was one of my original Maynias. Those Jessica stitches took me so long to do. They took me so long. And then when I was done with them, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I don't want to work on this right now. So there's still beading to go in this, and there's quite a bit of sparkle. It's on black. It's on a jet black even weave. And it's called Precious Turquoise because it's a turquoise color. Those blues, these beautiful blues, that needle minder I got. That needle minder's barely hanging on. So yeah, that's where I'm at on Precious Turquoise. It'll come out for Maynia. So, and that's my only piece in this bag, surprisingly. I thought I had another one in here. Yep, that's it for that one. And then finally, a piece that wasn't in the bag because it's active and it's on a Q-snap. It's really active. I'm almost finished active. Is my poinsettia sampler. You guys saw this a couple of days ago, and I hadn't even finished the outside leaves. And this is how far I've gotten so far. It'll probably be ready as an FFO at our next. Yeah, we'll see. It's definitely going to be done by the 20th. So, yeah, it'll probably be done tonight, if you ask me. We'll see. I literally have, this is what I have left to finish the back stitching. And in the center right there is like as many French knots as I can fit in there. Is basically what's happening for the center. And then that piece is finished. I'm going to go around and do a border so that I can whip stitch 2 pieces of fabric together to fully finish. Okay, so those are my whips, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me. You're going to see a lot of them. You're going to see a good portion of them come next month. I am going, my WIP Go, or my Maynia plans, WIP Go is still a go, but my Maynia plans are to the first 15 days, the Blind Me Cat method, and then the last 15 days, I'm going to work on the one true, the Heaven and Earth that I had started on May 1st last year. So I did monogamous, and that's all I had gotten in the whole month. And then, so I'm going to do half a month for this coming month. I'll probably get a lot further. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say that because for the next sections, it's very, very confetti heavy. But I'm probably going to change the way I'm stitching a little bit because of Pattern Keeper, but not too much because it's really tight with that Monaco. Anyway, now I'm rambling. Thank you so much for joining me on my WIP Go parade. And as of right now, I'm slated for 3 new starts for Maynia. So we'll see. I have a lot of choices. I have some decisions to make. So, all right, guys, have a good one. Bye.